Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, family. Peace and love. Assalamu alaikum. I just want to say, shout out to General Taj Tarik Bey all motherfucking day. Play with him and you playing with me. Don't try that shit, because it's the motherfucking time that we motherfucking put real leaders back in real leadership positions. And Taj Tarik Bey has my motherfucking full back guaranteed. All of that. So come on with it. Let's stop fucking playing with these crackers and put some motherfucking fire under their ass. We are Washington. Say our land. Come on now.
Excuse me, sir, but what in the doohickey are you talking about? Taj Tarik Bey is not a real leader, so there is no leadership position or place that he needs to be put back into. The only place Taj Tarik Bey is leading you Moorish fools is to a jail cell. So please stop it with your foolishness. You sound absolutely ridiculous.
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, family. It's your favorite Moor, my Gale, coming at you guys live one time for the one time. Peace and love. So today I'll be demonstrating a live revocation and reversion of a state.
What you talking about, Willis?
Due to violations and breaches of the state's fiduciary duties to me, the sovereign grantor of the estate trust that was created in 1995 or 1415 Muslim calendar year.
Welcome to the room of infinite bullshit!
And today I'll be exercising sovereign authority to cancel contracts as it be my will, because it's my will. Get it? Wills and testaments. It's my will, and therefore I feel as though the state of Louisiana Corporation has done a terrible job at managing my estate. Therefore, they are being fired on today's date, and I will be reversioning my estate and taking my rightful position as executor of every branch, the legislation, the judicial, and the executive offices of my estate.
Excuse me, sir, but what in the doohickey are you talking about?
So I'd like to start this demonstration. I am standing or sitting right now in the executive CEO chair of my estate in the Office of the Vital Records and Registrar for the State of Louisiana Corporation, doing business under the United States of America Incorporated. This is a document or a copy, a certified copy of a document which is being held in the Federal Reserve Bank.
Excuse me, sir, but what in the doohickey are you talking about? What you are holding there is your birth certificate. It is not a document that's being held in a Federal Reserve Bank. Like, what are you talking about, sir?
Here in North America, under my granteeship, I have never seen the original certificate bond instrument, which was placed in the Federal Reserve Bank in, I can't be exactly sure if it's District 6 or District 4, but my specific birth certificate bond is in Georgia State Republic at the Federal Reserve Bank in downtown Atlanta, Georgia Republic. This document was coerced onto my mother in 1995 or 1415 Muslim calendar year. And by her signing this document, she entered me into a wardship status to have the state of Louisiana manage my estate.
You serious?
I had no agreement to this contract that my mother entered me into at inventory. Understand? So because I did not consent to this as a competent adult, this contract is null and void ab initio, from the beginning, nunc pro tunc.
Wow, this Moorish fool just ripped his birth certificate to shreds. It is mind-blowing to me that these grown adults fall for this Moorish nonsense and all of this birth certificate fraud, and the birth certificate is on the stock market and all that other crap that they believe. It's just ridiculous. And for the simple fact that he just tore up his birth certificate, sir, how are you now going to gain employment or get a driver's license? I mean, granted, you can go to whatever state you're in, you could go downtown and get another birth certificate, and you're going to have to pay some type of fee for it, but like you literally, you're going to need your birth certificate in the future. So what you essentially just did was you just ripped up money, because in order to go get another birth certificate, you're going to have to pay some type of fee. So you're just wasting money and you're talking foolishness. This is ridiculous. These Moorish science has ruined these people's lives.
So now that contract has officially been revocated, all custodians working in this office, those who can see me on the cameras located around here, point A, they are all aware of my sovereign status as Lord of the land and as a freehold primogeniture sovereign.
3 fries short of a Happy Meal. Wacko!
Wow. So this Moorish fool now believes that he's Lord of the land because he ripped up his birth certificate. I tell you, these Moorish sovereign citizens need to be in a mental facility, because it is absolutely ludicrous that he actually believes that because he ripped up his birth certificate, he's Lord of the land. So what happens if I then do the same thing and go and rip up my birth certificate? Will that then make me Lord of the land, and now we have to fight it out to see who's the true Lord of the land? Or are you the de facto Lord of the land because you ripped your birth certificate up first? How does that work? These Moorish sovereign citizens are a bunch of Looney Tunes.
No United States entity outside of the Social Security Administration has any authority to manage my estate nor my accounts, unless they have explicitly been assented to by me in the form of an autograph. And press B, take the pen and rewrite it. So that's what we're doing on today. We're rewriting the history that was given to us, and we are realigning ourselves with the United Nations declarations on the rights of indigenous people. Now, unfortunately, I'm visually impaired. This document is the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, which was signed in 1787, which was signed between two sovereign nations, the Washita Nation and the Almoricanos Empirical Nation, the Kingdom of Morocco. This document was not signed by any representative or delegate of the original United States of America Republic government. Why? Because the United States of America Republic government was a government in a nation that was created when British expatriates revolted against their lords and their landlords, who were knights of the British Crown monarchy in 1776, or 1774, I should say. And after that, this document was signed so that way we would not war with the pilgrims who were left on our land, because we never gave any land to anyone. June 19th, 1848 is the day that the Washita Nationals won their court case against the United States for the false Louisiana Purchase, in which they claimed that they had accumulated land by way of a French royal knight named Napoleon Bonaparte in 1803. This document is a notice for all United States representatives to honor the sovereign status of Moorish American nationals, regardless of tribal status. This document was drafted in the year 2018 or 1439 Islamic calendar year. So now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of everything. Why am I doing this? What is the purpose for me to be in this regalia, for me to have this pin on, for me to have this fez on, and for me to be wearing this 5-point star? It represents love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Emphasis on the justice. Nevertheless, the United States is in violation and fiduciary breach for the management of my estate. And I personally feel this way due to the injustices that I faced in this paradigm of believing that I was a United States citizen when I found out in 2018, 1439, that I wasn't a United States citizen.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Therefore, all ledger documents, ledger can also stand in and represent the word legal. All legal documents that I signed as an incompetent minor are null and void ab initio from the beginning. Any judicial paperwork that I've ever signed after being released from an unlawful and illegal incarceration in encampments known as jails or detainment centers were all fraudulent acts coerced by the staff of those respective institutions. So this video, I'm trying to show people the proper way to go about sending these notices and these proclamations off to the United States officials who are actors standing in as custodians of our land estates. So again, this document was a notice of the Moorish American Consulate to honor the sovereign status of indigenous people in accordance with the United Nations Declarations on the Rights of Indigenous People. I feel that I have been abused, I have been molested, and I have been treated like a vandal, like a criminal, due to the perpetrated fraud of United States representatives who have not in any way upheld their fiduciary duty to me as the grantor of the birth certificate fraud. So this is the reason why this got ripped up on today's date. This is officially ab initio, null and void from the beginning. This contract is up. I am Micah Eleve, Washita Nation Ambassador, duly counseled by the Kingdom of Morocco, Regent de Marquis Leve, 005. Signing out. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, family.
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, family. It's your favorite Moor, Micah Eleve, coming at you guys live, one time for the one time. This is a part 2 to canceling the birth certificate bond. What is the next step? A lot of people want to know, what is the next appropriate, peaceful step to exercising your sovereignty and exercising your inheritance and your birthrights as an indigenous First Nation American. And let me state at the very beginning of this video, Europeans are not American.
Wrong. This guy is fucking stupid!
Literate Europeans will tell you this. Now, a dumbass cracker, Caucasian, they gonna claim to be American all day because they don't know any better. But we have to put these motherfuckers back in their place as subjects. The Queen Elizabeth has abandoned the District of Columbia. So with that being stated, for me, I would say the next step after you've made a public proclamation, a public standing, a demonstration of you canceling that contract that you, most likely, if you're under the age of 35, you've never consented to. And yes, this video is about the straw man. It is about the all caps name that the state created to do business with us on our behalf, that our mothers didn't know what the hell they were doing. Mother sin is heir's responsibility. Sharon, Tracy, Gale Bay, Moorish American Consulate, Vizier. The next step for me is sending off this ripped up contract to the secretary doing business for the state of Louisiana or Louisiana State Republic.
This fool just literally pulled up his ripped up birth certificate out of a box. He is really deep down the Moorish rabbit hole.
Sending this canceled contract to them, to their office, in an envelope addressed to in care of your state secretary's office. And if you feel like it, you can send in a copy of the Moorish Americans consulate's notice of of canceling all corporations straight on up to the federal government. Fuck you, Joe Biden. Fuck you, Kamala Harris. Fuck you, Nancy Pelosi. Ain't that what y'all trying to do to the Supreme Court justices? Fuck all you pilgrims. If you're in North America, you better bow the fuck down. Period. Because I'm not bowing to no motherfucking body. Except for Empress B and Emperor J. Hey, bow down, bitches. So yeah, you can send a copy of this Moorish American Consulate notice to honor our sovereign status to their office, along with the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. In my opinion, the treaty has been violated time and time again. And I'm just going to share one little secret with you guys. I can't say too much because, again, everyone has to do their own due research and their own due studying. When it comes to their affairs, I'm handling my personal affairs. So these videos are for me, and I'm just guiding certain people along the way who are honorable and doing things properly. I used to get teased for speaking so properly. But look who the fuck is in first place. What Flo Millie said? I'm passing them up. I know they mad, but I don't give a fuck. Pussy hole, you must be tripping. I'm never bothered by your distance. Deposits in every dimension. You go into missing. Don't make me hurt your mama feelings. You knew you was better off chilling. So yeah, this is just my way of exercising my sovereignty peacefully in accordance with the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. So with that being said, I'm going to be sending off a document to the Secretary of the state that I was born in, the estate that I was born in, with my birthrights to inherit, and just letting them know that this contract that you created with the all caps name that I never consented to being is hereby canceled. And anyone who attempts to access the estate by way of foreign intervention is guilty of high fraud, because I have not consented for you to try to escheat my estate without my full assent and knowledge on what exactly has been going on. And again, I can't say too much, but this is my way of going about it, and you're welcome to follow the steps that I've taken to reclaim back with my tribal nation, or you can do things how you see fit. I let my heart guide me in everything that I do. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. So I let those principles guide me in my daily life, in everything that I do. So yeah, I'll be doing that very shortly, within the next 3 days or so. And like I said, anyone, I don't give a fuck if you claim to be black or African American, if you attempt to fraudulently escheat my estate, your ass is cut.
Period. Pooh. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I'm out.
It is very sad that this Moorish sovereign citizen actually believes the words that were coming out of his mouth. He actually believes that because he ripped up his birth certificate, he is now Lord of the land. This guy has went way too deep down the Moorish rabbit hole, and unfortunately, I don't think there's any saving him. But my advice to any future Moorish sovereigns looking to get into this group, don't do it. Nothing this man said in this video is true. Him ripping up his birth certificate is worthless. It does absolutely nothing. Later on down the line, he's going to need his birth certificate again if he wants to recertify for his food stamps and his Medicaid. He's going to need to provide a birth certificate. So all he really did was just waste money because he's going to have to pay to get another birth certificate. Do not follow anything this man has said. Everything in this video he said was utter nonsense. And quite frankly, it is the result of Moorish science. It's clearly has just ruined this man's brain. He can't even think reasonably. Just stay away from Moorish science.
That's all, folks.